a week ago I really didn't want to start drama, but you know what? This shit has really gotten under my skin, and now I'm pissed off, so let's do this. Sorry for my appearance. I haven't put myself back together after I woke up, and it's bloody hot here in Southern California, and I just don't wanna. So, a week or so ago, I was in a hangout with a bunch of folks, including Steve McRae. Now, I don't even remember exactly what the debate was about anymore. I think it was the definition of atheism. What I remember is that Steve thought he had the privilege, nay, the right, to set the parameters of the discussion, and when I wouldn't play along, he got real pissy. He asked me a question that he insisted required a yes or no answer. He would accept nothing else. But as far as I was concerned, if I gave either answer, I'd be misrepresenting my position, essentially straw-manning myself. But he would not let the conversation go anywhere until I'd given him his precious one-word answer. As you'll see, apparently he thought he was using the Socratic method to show me that my position was flawed. And could he be more full of himself? And when I wouldn't let him spring his little trap, when I wouldn't follow his script to the letter, when I told him that either answer wouldn't be accurate, well, everything devolved from there. And you started asking me what felt to me like leading questions. And I was refusing to answer them because it felt like you were leading me towards saying something that, while technically true, was not actually my position. Like I wouldn't be describing. Well, hold on. I would have been saying something that wasn't what I meant. That wasn't how I actually perceived the situation. And so I was like, let me describe my situation. Let me not answer that specific question the way you phrased it, because honestly, it felt like you were leading me towards something that if I said it, I'd be strawmanning myself.
Okay,
right?
that doesn't make any sense. When I'm asking questions, I'm using part of the Socratic method. That is to get a person to recognize that their position is flawed.
Here's a wacky idea. If you think someone's position is flawed, how about you tell them why you think so instead of pretending you're Socrates? How about a conversation between equals instead of you trying to come the learned scholar at me? Present your case instead of trying to trick me into thinking I'm wrong.
If you cannot answer direct questions, and this is what kind of led to this, if I ask somebody simple yes or no questions, then I don't like when somebody just dodges them and they think that I'm leading them somewhere. These are simple questions.
Except that the problem was that I could not give a yes or no answer because there was nuance. It's not a black or white thing. And because of that, I was not willing to give you a yes or no, but you would not listen to why I wouldn't give a yes or no. And to me, it felt like you were much more concerned with winning
than
communicating.
No,
well,
this is what bothers me. It's so not true. Look when I ask a yes or no question, you say yes, but let me explain the nuances of it. Okay, when a direct answer is a yes or no, or I don't know, those are about the only three things you can answer.
Bullshit. There's also a little of one, a little of the other. There's also neither. And there is also you don't get it or this question is dishonest. But those aren't allowed because Steve McRae has declared it. These are have you stopped beating your wife yet kinds of questions, and he's pretending they're perfectly innocent.
And by the way, yes or no is the only direct answers. But your inability to answer questions is not because no, I let you speak. Please let me speak. Your inability to answer my questions wasn't because you were the nuances. It's because, like you said, I was leading you somewhere to get you to understand the errors in your way of thinking, and you wouldn't even work with me on it.
I wouldn't work with you on it? Are you kidding me? Steve McRae has decided I'm wrong and expects me to participate in disproving myself. The possibility that he's wrong, or at the very least doesn't understand my position, isn't anything we'll be considering because Captain Mensa has taken it upon himself to educate the mentally deficient BionicDance. Paging Dr. Dunning, Dr. Kruger, Dr. Dunning. And I don't know if you noticed it, but the best part is yet to come. The whole conversation got under my skin, and after that first hangout, I basically just refused to interact with him anymore, quietly and without starting shit. I mean, as much a favor to myself as the YouTube community, really. Then I was in the hangout you're watching now. As I said, this was kind of eating away at me, and I mentioned it. probably my bad. But I needed to vent, you know? And I wanted to finally have my say. Well, Steve ended up in the call, as you saw, and he doubled down, started being smug, condescending, and insulting. And right in the middle of his little diatribe, and I mean right in the middle, I started having a full-on seizure.
It's because, like you said, I was leading you somewhere to get you to understand the errors in your way of thinking, and you wouldn't even work with me on it. And so at that point, like I said, with anybody else in a conversation, I have no time to sit there for years on end having the same conversation with somebody who doesn't want to have an actual dialogue. I can't do it any longer. That's why I just said it's best that we just don't have any discussions on that particular topic.
Let me jump in the middle real quick. So for the record, this got a lot more real than I realized it was going to get. So I just want to say, like, if you guys would rather finish this off air, we can totally do that.
Well, I think there's really nothing to add. She's welcome. I have no problem with coming on the Non-Sequitor. I love talking about any other subjects. Doesn't matter. I mean, she's an atheist, and I think that's a fascinating topic.
I mean, you can see it. I'm making weird noises. I'm thrashing around. I'm making that strange chewing face. I think I even swatted my webcam at some point. But does he notice? Does anyone stop and go, whoa, what the fuck's wrong with Kate? Not a bit of it. Steve just continues with his rant, and when he finally winds down, he's met with silence. I'm barely beginning to come out of it.
She knows a lot about it. She's been doing it for a long time. But I don't want to have any philosophical discussions with her.
Can we switch, Kate? I would love to be the person that doesn't have philosophical conversations.
Yeah, Kyle would be thrilled to that for that. Yeah.
I actually avoid them, honestly.
He does.
I avoid them at all costs.
Right. Yeah, I don't think that's really a big thing to ask of somebody is look at that's one thing we're never going to see eye to eye on. I don't enjoy the conversation with you talking philosophy, so why have the conversation about that? Talk about other things. That's all.
Wow, I honestly thought that I'd fallen asleep. I was completely unaware of what was going on. I was bleary and confused, and I usually get post-seizure questions wrong when they're asked. But still, I don't know, I think I fell asleep and now I'm actually awake again.
So nothing I said resonated at all?
No, I just all of a sudden now hear people. I'm surprised. I don't know, I'm very tired.
Okay. I don't know what just happened, but
I mean, I was for like, I don't know how long it's been, like 10 minutes or something. I just sort of, and then I wake up and I'm like, what the hell? And it turns out that I was asleep.
Did you zone out there for a while? Did you have a seizure or something?
Look at how long it takes him to ask. After asking whether what he'd said had resonated, his self-centeredness and the complete lack of awareness, concern, and empathy he displayed in that hangout, coupled with the fact that I still haven't had my proper say on the original issue, has me fucking pissed. Like I said at the beginning of my video about my epilepsy, I'd been in a hangout and was having a seizure, and I wanted people to know what had happened. Now, I hadn't intended to make this video, but like I said, I'm angry and it's been kind of eating at me. If Steve McRae was a politician, newscaster, actor, or athlete, this is the kind of shit that would force him to resign in shame and disgrace. I'm not saying anything, I'm just saying.